Welcome back, class 10. In your history class today, we will start off with a new chapter. It is chapter 6 and it deals with the national movement during the First World War. We will be discussing about the Lucknow Pact and other developments. Now, the Lucknow Pact. Before starting that, let me read out something. A wholesale policy of repression had dampened political activity in our country. That means the Britishers were torturing the Indians so much that it dampened. That means it lessened, it moistened, it reduced the aggressive or the flame of the national movement. It began to revive gradually. Slowly it started to regain because of a number of factors. An important factor was Gandhi's activity in South Africa. What was Gandhi doing in South Africa? The Indians were getting news from there and they were reviving their national movement, listening and hearing or learning about Gandhiji's activity in South Africa. The stand taken by Gandhi against the cruel and unjust government in South Africa was highly admired by the Indians. At that time, Gandhi did not come to India. He was in South Africa. He was taking a standpoint. He is taking his own firm stand in South Africa, protesting against the cruel and unjust government of South Africa, which inspired the Indians in India. The First World War broke out in 1914. Tilak had already been released in 1914, and in 1916, the assertive nationalists rejoined the Congress. If you remember the Surat split, and after the Surat split, the assertives left the Congress. There was a split, if you remember, and then the Surat split of 1907, and those aggressive congressmen or the aggressive nationalists who left Congress in 1904 in Surat split, 1907, in Surat split, they came back in 1916. Surat split was there in 1907, they came back in 1916. Lucknow Pact, Congress League Accord of 1916. The greatest achievement of the World War period was the Lucknow Pact between Congress and Muslim League. There was a pact, P-A-C-T. Pact means an understanding. Pact means an understanding between two groups or two parties. So the greatest achievement of the World War period was the Lucknow Pact between the Congress and the Muslim League. The pact was hailed, H-A-I-L-E-D, hailed means welcomed, as establishing Hindu-Muslim unity. So it was a welcome move. Hindu-Muslim unity, it was welcomed as that. Factors which brought the League and the Congress closer. Why did all of a sudden the Muslim League and the Congress came closer? The factors which brought about greater unity in the two organizations may be stated as under. What was the factors? Number one, changes in the objects of Muslim League. What were the objects of Muslim League? The objects started to change. How? In 1913, the League had amended. The word amend means to change, and it is you can say it's a legal word. What is the difference between change and amendment? Amendment means if you change a law, if you change anything which of a suppose there's an organization which has certain laws, which has certain rules. If you change a rule, if you change a law, if you change an objective, it is known as amendment. Okay. Anyway, 1913 the League had amended its constitution. League had its own constitution. It has amended it. How? Now it is demanding self-government for India. All of a sudden, previously the League always wanted to, be friends with the Britishers, to be loyal to the Britishers. All of a sudden in 1913, the League's outlook changed, and they wanted to be friends with, they wanted to have self-government. They demanded self-government for India under the protection of the British Crown. That means outline the border or the overall rulers will be the Britishers as guardians or supervisors. Under them, there should be self-government. Earlier, the League had promotion of loyalty towards government as one of its main objectives. Obviously, we have learned in the previous chapter that previously the League wanted to be loyal to the Britishers. But now what they want is, they want self-government for India under the protection, see the word, under the protection of the British Crown. Number 2, international events. International events also distanced means made a gap, formed a gap, distanced the League from the government. So what was happening all over the world, it also accelerated or helped or made the Muslim League distance themselves from the government. Government over here means the British government. In the First War, how? See, what happened was, you remember, these things are happening in India, and at the background, remember, there was the First World War going on. So what happened, you remember, listen to this very carefully. During the First World War, Turkey had to fight against the Great Britain. Turkey is a totally Muslim country. It was fighting against the Britishers. The Turkish ruler was known as the Khalif. Khalif means the head of the Muslims. Okay, the Turkish ruler was the Khalif, or the religious head of the Muslims. Therefore, the Muslim leaders like Muhammad Ali and his brother Shaukat Ali encouraged anti-British feelings among the Muslims in India. See, what was happening was, in the world scenario, the Turkish people, or the Turkey, who was a Muslim country with the Muslim leader, world Muslim leader of the Khalif was there in Turkey. They were fighting against the British. And in India, what was happening was the Muslims were for the British. After the First World War started, in India, two brothers were there. They were also politicians. One was Muhammad Ali and his brother was Shaukat Ali. They said, see, in Turkey, our religious head, who is the Khalif, is fighting against the Britishers. And over here, you are for the Britishers. How can this happen? So now, the Muslims understood and they started to alienate themselves from the Britishers. Understood? Okay. A compromise between the two factions of Congress. There was a compromise, understanding. Mrs. Annie Besant, now a new name, okay? Mrs. Annie Besant made efforts to reunite the two wings. Two wings means two parts of the Congress. The early nationalists or the moderates or the assertive nationalists. So there were two wings. The early or the moderate nationalists and the assertive nationalists. What did Annie Besant do? Annie Besant tried to reunite the two wings of the Congress. Tilak and his followers rejoined Congress in 1916. You remember, they left in 1907 in the Surat split. They rejoined the Congress in 1916. Okay, now Fourth point. Number 1 point was changes in the objects of the Muslim League. Second point was international events. Third point was compromise between the two factions of Congress. Fourth point was efforts to bring about settlement between the Congress and the Muslim League. The Muslim League had now a more liberal leadership, liberal, modern outlook. Men like Jinnah and Muhammad Ali favored cooperation with the Congress. Obviously, they now understood that if we don't cooperate with the Congress, if we don't go with the flow, for us alone, it is very difficult to gain anything, In fact, Jinnah in those days were an admirer of Congress leaders like Tilak and Annie Besant. And fifth point was significance of 1916 Lucknow session of Congress and that of the Muslim Leagues. What happened in 1916 Lucknow session of Congress? In December 1916, the Congress and the League held their sessions at Lucknow. Okay. The significance of Lucknow session was that a joint scheme of reforms that later came to be known as the Lucknow Pact was formally adopted at Lucknow. So what happened in Lucknow 1916? Both the Congress and the League came together and there was a joint scheme of reforms. Jointly, there will be a scheme of reforms, which later came to be known as the Lucknow Pact, which was formally adopted in Lucknow, which is known as later it came to be known as the Lucknow Pact. Till now you have understood? Okay. I will not proceed with this chapter further, because it's a new chapter with a new background. Now, why it is the concept is new? Because till the previous chapter we only were discussing about what was happening inside India. Now also we will be discussing what is happening inside India, but remembering at the background the First World War was going on. So how First World War or international events were influencing the politics of India. Now, you have to have these two parallel concepts running. What was happening in the world, what was happening in India. So, that is all for today. But before I conclude the class, I will tell you one thing. I am proceeding with one after another chapter. Your responsibility or your job as a student is that you go on revising from chapter 1 whatever I have covered. You will find that at the end of each chapter, there are short questions given, there are long questions given. You have ample time now. So make an exercise book and solve all the short questions and all the long questions chapter wise. Why I am telling you to do this? Because if you solve it by writing, don't mark it on the book. This is question number 1, this is question number 2. Don't do it like that. If you solve by writing, what will happen is that you will know exactly where the answer is and which question has what answer. It is like a studying process. Indirectly, something will be going inside your brain. So just before the exam, if you read the chapter twice or thrice, and if you go on after that, if you go through the question and answers which is written in your exercise copy, your chapter will be perfectly memorized. But if you keep it, that whatever sir has told, I am just listening and I am keeping it, don't do it. Since we cannot interact face to face, this is the way you should study now. After finishing each chapter, go through the questions, write the answers in a separate copy, and you memorize them or go through it every day. You will find that you will understand and memorize all the questions. This is nothing, it's not a very big deal, but every day you have to write. If you don't write the answers, you will never be able to memorize it. Okay, thank you. This is all for today.